You know you might have a knockoff transformer when it comes packaged on a card like this. Hey, what's up everybody? This is Like It's 1985 and this is my review of the Knockoff KO Oversized Generation 1 Soundwave. And this is a rather big card back. As you can see, you got a picture of Soundwave up there with Laserbeak. There's a perforation here in the cardboard for some reason. Sound recorder here at the bottom, and you can see we got the Ravage figure as well as Laserbeak, which is really cool. And I'm not sure what's going on in the chest here. You can see this is looks like it's almost like a cardboard insert of the Ravage cassette tape, but we'll find out more when we get into the packaging. You can see he's got the weapons here, and these are the missiles for Ravage. On the back here you have the instructions. It says Armor Raker. So, and I don't need to tell you that this was made in China, but there it is. And I have no idea what company it was made by. But let's find out how this stacks up. Yes, it's bigger than the G1 Soundwave, but what about the plastic quality and so forth? Let's go ahead and check it out, shall we? Okay, so I freed the Knockoff Soundwave from his plastic prison, and before I get into the review of the Knockoff Soundwave, let me just talk about the quality of plastic on this particular Knockoff. The quality of plastic is not that bad. I mean, I didn't really stress it and try to break it because I don't really want to break it. I do like the fact that this is a larger version of the Generation 1 Soundwave, so I don't want to break it. But the plastic seems fine. The joints are a little bit flimsy, but that's what you do expect with a knockoff. And the overall figure seems a bit light, a bit hollow. And the reason for that is the figure itself, as well as the cassettes, do not have any die-cast metal components to them. So that's probably why it feels so hollow and kind of cheap. But the plastic is all right. It's not bad. It's okay. So with that said, if you're familiar with the look of the Generation 1 Soundwave, you'll notice right away that the head sculpt is different in terms of the paint. There's actually red paint versus the silver and yellow with the original. And you've got actually some, the actual red missiles here are painted, or they're actually red plastic. With that said, let's do a comparison in terms of the knockoff versus the original on the right. And you can see overall the size difference there. The transformation should be the same, and I would say this is a darker blue as compared to the original, and you can see obviously the difference in paint in the face sculpt with the yellow and silver here versus the red. There are differences with the weapons. Now the weapons with the knockoff version, they don't really fit quite well into the peg holes, which is another trademark or sign of a knockoff. But both of these weapons can actually extend out. And what I mean by that is you have the... Yeah, and he has problems standing, by the way, so let me lean him against there. He can actually extend out this weapon here. It doesn't appear to have any firing mechanism as far as I can tell, but you can extend that out, and you can extend out this weapon here. Now on the original, this particular weapon here that goes on the shoulder does not extend out, and you can see the size differences there as well. However, of course, on the original Soundwave, this particular weapon can extend out. So you do actually have additional functionality with the weapons in the sense that they can extend out and collapse on the knockoff. So that's kind of cool. So let's put those weapons to the side. Again, you can see the size differences there. Let me put those to the side. Focusing on the knockoff here. Well, as I was thinking, this is actually a cardboard insert. The actual door mechanism does work. You can see there. And that's just cardboard behind there. There is actually some nice detail back there, as you can see, in the plastic. It looks like you might be able to fit 2 cassettes in here. I don't think you can. You can certainly fit one of them in here, no problem. As I will demonstrate right now. No problem there. It looks like you could maybe, perhaps, fit the two of them in there, but I tried off camera. It didn't really seem like it wanted to really fit in quite nicely. You might be able to modify something, but just out of the package, I don't think it's going to be able to do that. And if I try to, I may not be able to get these out again, so I don't think you can. So there is that. But everything else is identical as far as the functionality, identical articulation. You got the articulation there, bend at the elbows. You got the sliding hands due to the transformation. You got this joint here, they can go forward, and you know, it does the same thing on the original G1 toy. So with that said, let me go ahead and compare the cassette formers, and then we'll compare the Soundwave figures in the boombox mode, or the tape recorder mode. So the transformation for the cassette formers is identical as far as I can tell compared to the original G1s. So let me go ahead and get the legs out here. Get the wings out. And the neck is on a slider just like the G1 Laserbeak. Get out there, come on. And the head does have articulation like such, as so. And we go ahead and outfit him with the weaponry here. Nice chrome weapons. And I'll show you a comparison in a second here with the original G1 Laserbeak. And let's see here. So there he is. And here is G1 Laserbeak. And you can see the size difference there in comparison. And what I should do actually is compare them actually in cassette form, which is easy enough to do. So I do like the fact that everything is oversized, and that's one thing I like about knockoffs. I don't like knockoffs if they're the exact same thing in terms of size, in terms of color, but if there's different colors to the knockoff, or they're different sizes, like they're smaller or bigger than the original, then I do like that in a knockoff. So you can see there. Let me go ahead and transform them back to cassette mode here. Both of these. That's probably a better size comparison actually than in the Condor mode. So that's easy enough to do. Take these off here. Da 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 da. There we go. Now this is actually the better size comparison, as you can see right there. And you can see they have similar stickers on the knockoff. So there you go. Quite a dramatic size difference there. Let me go ahead and show you Ravage. There's G1 Ravage here, and that should transform the same way with the knockoff. Bring out the legs. I love the fact that this is so big. Looks like you don't get the articulation here at the ankles though, which is just a little bit disappointing. Because as you can see, there's a joint with the Generation 1 Generation 1 Ravage there. So you can see the size difference there. Pretty cool. I do like a big Ravage. So yeah, and of course he has his missiles here. We can outfit him with his signature weapons on the back right here. Angle them up a bit. And yeah, there you go. Do like that that oversized Ravage. I do like that a lot, more so than even the Laserbeak. So there is that, and you can see similar markings on the knockoff in terms of the cassette markings. So let me go ahead and transform Soundwave here. This is the first time I've done it with this knockoff, but it should be the same as the original G1 transformation, so hopefully I won't break anything. Fold out the feet. Rotate the head around, and there it is. More or less. And this does not have the feature apparently where you can actually, well, maybe you can. Let me see. Looks like it's meant to come out. I was talking about the storage for the weapons. Well, let me get to that a little later. But there he is, more or less. Don't know why this is not fitting correctly. Let's see. Let's transform the original one here. And there you go, overall size difference in the tape cassette mode, or tape player mode I should say. So there you go. And as you can see, the back cover of the Knockoff Soundwave does come off, revealing this area here where you can store one of Soundwave's weapons. And I say one because only one fits in there. The other weapon here, it's too long. It does not fit into the area where it should be. So that is I guess a knockoff quality control issue. It does not fit in that area. But with the one you can fit it in there and it does close up. So that is one quality control issue with this knockoff Soundwave. The other one is, you can see the this side of the cassette player mode is not transformed properly, or it won't transform because for whatever reason it's not wanting to actually connect like it is over here. You can see that fits pretty well. Over here, for some reason, I could probably shave off some plastic, but it's just not sitting flush against the side like it should. And so therefore you have the quality control issue with this knockoff Soundwave. But overall, you know, I do like the larger size versus the original G1 figure. That's pretty cool. And most likely I'm not going to be displaying my knockoff Soundwave in the cassette player mode anyways. But there is that issue to be aware of. There's probably some plastic that needs to be shaved off. I'm not sure. It looks identical to this side, but apparently not, because it's not going to go. And I tried off camera as well. So there you go. Knockoff versus G1. I will post a description down below with the seller that I bought this from off of eBay, as well as the price I paid. It wasn't too much, you know. And as a display piece in robot mode, I think it's pretty good. So for that reason, you know, if you want to get one, sure, I think it's worth it. Just make sure you get it at the price that I got it at, and nothing more. Nothing, and not a higher price than what I paid for it either, because it's not worth more than what I paid. So, but as just a display piece, if you want a larger Soundwave for cheap, then you can certainly do that with this figure. So there you go. This has been my review of the Oversized Generation 1 Knockoff Soundwave. Thanks for watching.